This app, the quote aptly describes the purpose we are here for today. A very good morning to our respected chairperson, ma'am, principal, ma'am, teachers. I, Kavita Ahuja, on behalf of our esteemed principal, Mrs. Divya Bhatia, ma'am, would like to welcome our respected chairperson, ma'am, our esteemed heads of the institution, senior advisors, and dear teachers to the professional development program. Our esteemed founder presents our Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir believes that the foundation of any developed nation is the education of its citizens, irrespective of their standing in the society, which is why Amity School boasts of modern amenities and innovative teaching methodologies to impart the holistic curriculum. Our respected chairperson, ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, believes that curriculum development is the need of the hour to match the latest technology and global standard education. Therefore, it is imperative to have every teacher in Amity to be on this path towards fulfilling her belief and realizing her dreams. We welcome you, ma'am, with a virtual sapling and seek your blessings. I would also like to welcome Dharma, the Academic Director, Amity Group of Schools, B.N. Bajpai Sir, Advisor, Research and Development, Amity Group of Schools, TPS Chauhan Sir, Senior Advisor, Amity Group of Schools, Mukesh Chandji, our consultant, and Mrs. Anita Sethia Ma'am, the Senior Consultant, HR and Training, Amity Group of Schools, for always supporting and guiding us. I would also like to extend a special thanks to Sethia Ma'am for being so proactive in designing this professional development program for us and for equipping us with the best tools. Thank you, ma'am. This PDP has been designed to strengthen our pedagogical practices and equip us to meet the evolving needs of the 21st century classrooms. Your presence, teacher, reflects your commitment to excellence and lifelong learning. Today's resource person, Ma'am Apa Ma'am. I would like to welcome Apa Ma'am. She is nationally recognized educator and CBSE Master Trainer with 21 years of experience in early childhood education. PhD, MSc from Delhi University and specialized training in the ECCE. She blends scientific thinking with creative, child-focused pedagogy. She has trained 60,000 teachers across India, strengthening classroom practices in NAP 2020, FLN, SEL, mental therapy, STEM, pre-coding, and play-based learning. Her work supports schools in creating joyful, competency-based, and emotionally safe learning environment. As an author with Cambridge University Press, Macmillan, and S. Chand, she has written 65 books and designed content widely used across India and South Asia. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. I would also like to request Divya ma'am to kindly welcome her with the sapling. Photograph. Thank you so much. A big round of applause. Thank you, Abha ma'am. Before we start the PDP, I would request ma'am to kindly come and light the lamp. Divya ma'am. Teachers welcome. धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ All right. Till the time Abraham gets set, everybody, yesterday you had a great day of learning. Any teachers who were not there yesterday and are joining today? Okay, everybody was here. Please sign your attendance sheet. Fill up the feedback form, both are very important. And learn from the workshop teachers because every experience that you're getting is going to help you in your teaching process. There'll be a lot of things that you feel you already know, but when you're learning together in this collaborative manner, I think the learning becomes even more focused and driven towards taking you further in you're already very experienced, all of you, and have been using all the pedagogies and methodologies that our team has. But with our mom's experience, I'm sure we learn even further. So feel free to ask questions. The more interactive you are, the better the learning is. I don't want anyone to be sitting shyly over there and not putting up because all of you are confident teachers. Please answer, please ask. Only then is the learning complete. Over to you, Agar. Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Isn't it too chilly? Not feeling cold? No? So may I request everyone to please stand up? Do some exercise. A little bit of exercise. Yeah. Let's wait for the volume. Huh? Okay, we'll start with here. Wait, ma'am. Wait. So first of all, how many of you remember me from the last lecture? You all? And what about others? You all are employees for this workshop? Girls in the back? Okay. So just raise your hand if you remember. No. So I cannot repeat the activities. Yeah, start.
Learning station. Reach for the sky. Let's sing along to the silly song. Our rights and our rights reach for the sky. If you want me to run, say that's there. You know that's there. Reach for the sky. If you want to be a representative, which are the shining, if you want to be a representative, which are the shining.
You are here to so what do you think? If you remember your previous workshop, what is the logic behind doing this activity? You remember left brain and right brain? Yes. You remember, no? So this was for activating left brain and right brain together. And what do we call this? What integration? Bilateral integration. Where we use both hands, both legs together so that we can activate left and right brain at the same time. Okay. So before I start, may I have 10 volunteers. Please come here.
One from every table.
Yeah, one from each table. So what you have to do? So I'll give these empty glasses and one each side. Posture color color of posture color to make this water colorful. Can I have some posture color? Posture color. No, we have color enough. We have glasses, not a problem. So till then, please be on the stage, and there is a bucket of water. Fill your cup with water up to the brim. There is water. Fill it up to the brim. Pura, no scope. And then you can. I'm taking you the postal colors. It's really cool. I know. I could have asked for the warm water. So now you have postal colors. You can make colorful water of your choice. Right? You can add one color, you can add two colors, any color of your choice. Take the colors from here and make it a colorful water. 1, 2, it is up to you. Whatever color you want to create a new color. You can use the back of a pencil to use as a sort. Done. Very nice. So you can stand it at right side. So once your colored water is ready, please stand at that side. You need to start off. Please. Now, can you remove the stationery from the back side? Then we are going to have a race now. Okay. So, buy a bottle for this color. Please fill it up to the brim. You need to add a little bit more water. Why you have chosen this color? Your favorite color. Okay. 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 Girls. Okay. Why you have?
I love orange juice.
Okay. So it's more of a Fanta color thing. What about this?
Orange color.
Rasna.
Related to the nature, I always wanted to stay grounded, so I have taken the muddy color.
Wonderful. Ma'am.
Lemonade.
Lemonade. Okay. Blue.
And red.
Red for what?
Red
Why?
indicates love. That's all.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Green for growth. I'm
Wonderful.
growing every day.
Wonderful. Very nice. So what you have to do, we are going to have a race now. The only condition is you don't have to race alone. You have to push each other.
So let's not have it here there. We have raised from this side to that side. Right? And please fill it up to the brim. And you cannot hold your glass too tightly. Huh? Yeah, only from the top. Yes. Yes. Huh? So please line yourself for the base. Let's say 5 per race. Huh? Otherwise it will be little difficult to happen over here.
Push
So
each
one,
other
two,
sideways.
4.
Ma'am, push each other sideways. So, ma'am, we have to just take care of the glass.
Yes. You just your glass and you have to push each other. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. Give them a space for. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. So big round of applause for green and red. But, what is here?
Water.
Only water?
Color water.
What color water?
Mixing.
Different color. If I'm holding right now, if I have blue color water in my hand, can I spill red water? No. Why? Because it's blue color. Is it possible to spill or to pour yellow color if I have green color? No. I cannot pour. Right? So this workshop is about the same. We cannot build emotional intelligence, curiosity, and resilience in children if we do not have that in ourselves. Right? So thank you so much for being red. Red man. Green man. Actually happens. What happens if I गांधी को ही मिलेगा बाद में First of what you on the table? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So, is it possible to spread love if I do not love myself? I cannot compliment anyone if I am insecure about myself, right? अरे वो टीचर तो बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाती है, right? And now there are two, no, I'm going to give you 2 examples. एक जो कि ऐसा वो क्या पढ़ाती है जो मैं उससे सीख सकती हूँ, and the second is अच्छा चमची होती है. What is the difference in these two mentalities? One is the first one. Right, positive attitude. And the second is insecurity. And the negative. Yes. So today's thing is we cannot teach emotional intelligence to children. What we can do, we can only demonstrate. So today we are going to have many activities, and before that we need to understand what we need to imbibe in ourselves so that we can demonstrate those things in our classroom. So again, why attend this workshop? Most classroom struggles in early years are not academic problems. They are emotional regulation problems. Agree? पढ़ाना क्या है? ABC पढ़ाना है, 1 2 3 पढ़ाना है, CBC वर्ड्स ही पढ़ाना है. But the thing is, we are working on blank canvases. We have to work on their emotional intelligence first because IQ is something that gets us a job, but EQ is something that helps in retaining the jobs. And we work at a very base level for any child. And we have to work on all these building blocks. And today's workshop is on EQ. IQ is 20% and EQ is 80% of anybody's life. Right. So what do you think? What is social emotional learning? What is social emotional learning? You all are sitting in a group. You all have your notepads, right? So today's target audience of our bachas are 2 to 6-year-old. What do you think? What comes under self-awareness? Just write down what do you expect, what comes in self-awareness when we talk about 2 to 6-year-old. And it's a collaborative work. Can we move the extra chair so that I can get a room for roam around? What comes under self-awareness for 0 to 6 years? Okay, done. Okay, so what do you think? What everyone please listen and you can put a cross if it is same for you. Yes, ma'am. The age, their name, gender, their likes and their dislikes. Then they can express themselves, their emotions. Okay. Awareness about their family, school, their class, their teacher, their friends. Immediate. Wonderful. Very nice. Anybody who would like to add more to this? You know. The girls are different. They also they are aware of how I look, so they are very well. Only about girls? I am a boy, mama. Okay. Basically, I'm hungry. Yes. All choices. Right and left side? Okay. Can you move to the next slide? So, self-awareness में आता है recognize basic emotions, happy, sad, angry or scared. Express feeling through word, gestures or behavior. And recognize themselves as separate individuals. And they identify likes and dislikes and preferences and develop a sense of I and mine. ये मैं हूँ और ये मेरा है. So you must have experienced all these things. मेरी मम्मी की चप्पल है. उतारो. किस किस को embarrassment हुआ है ये? Okay. Next. What comes under? Okay. What comes under social awareness? Again, because please give yourself a round of applause because you have given all the correct answers for self-awareness. So, what comes under social awareness? Okay. What else? Teachers. Teachers. Helpers. Very good. What else? Surrounding. Okay. So, children gradually learn to calm themselves with adult support. This is very important when it comes to, we were talking about self-management. It is about managing emotions and behavior. Wait for short periods. Now, otherwise they become very helpless, no? And they are very restless also when it comes to turn taking and all. But gradually, when they reach by the age of 6, they start to learn to take turns. They follow simple routines and they can follow small instructions also. You remember in the previous workshop, we did one step for nursery, one step instruction for nursery, two-step instruction for LKG, and three-step instruction for UKG. That is their milestone. They cannot do more than that and manage frustration in age-appropriate ways and control impulses with guidance. Do you see all these things in your children? You see these things? Okay. Then comes the social awareness, which I have already shared. They notice others' emotions, respond to familiar people's feelings. You know, how many girls they start crying, baby girls, if their papas don't show love enough up to their liking? When papa is at home and he has not paid enough attention, they start crying.
Reverse also, ma'am. Boys for mamas.
Boys for mamas and girls for papa. So have you all a young mom here? I can see. Right? So have you experienced? No. I'm giving a compliment. Please say it. Okay. And they show early empathy, like comforting you, Oreo. Right? They share also. One for me when they go for shopping for something. One for me, one for bhaiya. One for me or one for Didi, something like that. And they follow simple social rules and they respect personal space with reminders. I'm just going through it in a very fast pace, just for a brushing up. What do we expect in our children? And what is relationship skills at this age? It is children develop ability to form secure relationships with caregivers and peers. They play along others and later, this is an NCF also. They should be able to play with their peers and in a proper way where they can take turns and they can name their friends. We had done this activity for making them comfortable with their peers. You remember? What was that? Wow. Okay. So they take turns with support, share materials. What we do to encourage this thing, to share materials in the classroom? Share when we keep some stationery at the table. Yeah. And use simple words or actions to resolve conflicts. Yes, saying thank you, sorry. Responsible decision making. This is also the most important thing which sadly Indian parents do not let them take. So very simple choices like I want to play with truck or I want to play with a ball or I want to play with blocks. Please give them all these options for them to have good decision making ability. understanding at their start understanding basic cause and effect. अगर मैं इसको तेज पुश करूंगा तो बॉल ज्यादा दूर जाएगी. This is very important. Why do you think this cause and effect is so important at this age? What happens with cause and effect? How it is going to help them? Relationship building, very good. Confident. How they will become confident? I want concrete answer. How do you think they will become confident?
Ownership.
Very good. Yes, if I do something wrong, then something bad can happen to the other person. If I push harder, somebody might fall. Or if I throw it, it might break. So these are some of the things that they should know. And this also helps them with keeping themselves safe. If I be very close to fire, what will happen? I might injure myself. So that helps them in for the safety rules, for keeping them safe also. They begin to understand right and wrong and accept guidance and redirection. Okay. I'll be giving, there are some charts. I need volunteers here. I'll be giving you some SCL milestones. What you have to do, you are here, nursery, LKG and UKG teachers. You have to divide the chart paper into 3 groups, nursery, LKG and UKG. And there are some printouts of SCL development pages. And just tell me, and you just have to segregate and paste them as per their classes. What do you expect in each class? Maybe we can give half of it for each. Half. I think 1/4 will be enough. Printouts. So you need some expense. Let's not waste the entire chart paper. Use only half of it. I'm a confused trainer. Yeah, one stick for use half of it. Let's not waste it. Or you can just share and share yourself. Usually have chart paper divided into 3. Label into nursery, LKG and UKG. So what you have to do, taking the paper, you have to clear each sentence. आगे पीछे भी आ गए तो बैक साइड पे नहीं लेना था You are writing photocopies? Okay, then you can make it a beautiful one. Write the name of the participants in the back of the chart paper. Name of the group member at the back. You have to please do not start pasting or only clear the script. Make the script copy do not sit right away. Please apply करो. Please instruction let's go step by step. Step by step. You will get the photograph. Very nice. I really like this. Do you have a ruler? They are cutting steps using a ruler. You do not have. Very nice. अभी पूरा करना से So now you all pick up and please shuffle them. Please shuffle them. Shuffle them. Yeah. And now, nursery, what do you think? What should we expect in nursery? What should we expect in LKG? And what should we expect in UKG? No, please don't tell us in your bag. No ChatGPT. Okay, now you have 5 minutes to do this activity. Okay. So, my God, okay. My order will be ready. Very nice. All done. Okay. What about other books? All ready? What challenge you are facing right now? Is it a challenge? Yes. Few emotions are overlapping. What else? What else? What else? Is it a challenge? Any other challenge? Who would like to That's a very honest reply. So I should have thought of giving instruction that I need scissors also, but I assume that you all must be carrying a ruler or some stationery with you. Okay, so let's do this. What we will do now, you all have sorted now. Please exchange it with the other group. Please exchange. So, what do you think? I can share this that screen with question paper, color screen with them. So they can all the teachers who are online, they can read these milestone or development, ACL development milestone for the period of 5 minutes. If you do this. Where am I? Okay, so hello everyone who are online, and please go through all these milestones, and then later we have more activities for you. Okay, you have exchanged your tasks, and please check whether they have done it correctly or not. These are the answers. Next one. Well, now this is pure checking. We are going to check each other's work. So if we talk about emotional expression, For 3-year-old or nursery kid, they express emotions through body and behavior. LKG children, they can name basic emotions with prompts. How you are feeling? Girls! Check. Hands up. Eyes on me. And for UKG, they can name and discuss the range of emotions. Okay. Let's move to the next, emotional awareness. For nursery bachas, it is respond to their own name and familiar cues. For LKG, they begin to recognize their own feelings and they talk about feelings and emotions. And let's not do in this way. Let's take one class first. Huh? Let's take nursery first. Are these all you have arranged in nursery? They respond to their own name. They seek adult comfort when upset. Maintains brief attention when calm. Follow one-step instruction inconsistently. Engages in parallel play. Needs for adult support to wait. Relies heavily on adult assistance. Accept adult help during distress. And transitions with adult with reassurance. किसी का कुछ extra हुआ इधर उधर? Any group? Everybody's ACL are in proper place. Summer? Okay. Let's talk about LKG. They can name basic emotions with prompts. Begins to recognize own feelings. Calm with adult guidance. Sustains attention for short tasks. Follow two-step instructions when calm. Begins cooperative play. Waits briefly with reminders. Attend tasks before seeking help. Recovers from upset with support. And transitions with reminders. किसी का इधर उधर कुछ? You have to give marks to your friends. How they have done. Again, let's talk about UKG. They can name and discuss a range of emotions, talks about feelings and emotions, uses simple self-calming strategies, sustains attention for longer group tasks, follow multi-step routines, participates in cooperative group play, waits with minimal adult support. Tries independently and seeks help if needed, accepts mistakes and tries again, and transitions smoothly with predictable cues. Sabika, what happens if we put nursery wala expectation in UKG and UKG wala expectation in nursery or LKG? What happens then? Okay. Usually, why frustrations happens in the classroom?
Because there is expectation on your mind. It's not age appropriate. Yes, they will not happy. They will not learn things.
First of all, as a teacher, I will not be happy.
Yes.
And
Sometimes they can't say their emotion. They can't express
Please
it.
go to the parents.
What I'm trying to get.
What I'm trying to tell. Or why can't you wait for your turn? Why can't you stand properly? Why can't you move? Why can't you go back to your classroom and start writing? Our day period is over. Why can't you start writing ABC, something like that? So if I expect these things from a nursery kid, which is not developed yet, so what will be my mental state? I'm not talking about children.
Unhappy.
I'll be unhappy. I'll be dissatisfied. What else? Anxious. What wrong I am doing?
What should I do?
What instruction? Where I am lacking in giving instruction? Yes. What else? Self-doubt, Tiger.
Lack of confidence also. Maybe I'm not that capable and I'm able to teach.
Yes. And now all these emotions are inside you. What you are going to put forward or what you are going to code in your children now?
Fear.
Fear, anxiety, what else? Self-esteem, yes, what else? Harshness, right? So your class is going to be a happy classroom or an anxious classroom? Can we build emotional resilience in this kind of atmosphere? No. What is the basic problem?
The teacher is
The real higher expectation. They are just developing. Every day they are developing. They don't have certain things in themselves which we expect. Why can't you sit for 5 minutes? Hovering around and around and around. So during circle time, you must have seen these kind of dialogues in your classroom, right? Can't you say? How many of you say this? Yes, please be very honest. We expect them to say. Yes. Please be very honest and
We sit like this with them. You come to sit with me. You sit with me.
learning is not happening at that time when the child is hovering around the classroom. You will observe what types of learners in the classroom. They are visual, audio, and read and write children. Right? A child who is not sitting in the classroom but still his or her eyes and ears are engaged. They are learning. But why we want them to sit? Tell me honestly, why we want them to sit? Okay, so that is my anxiety, that is my expectation that everybody should sit calmly and only then I can teach.
So that the class should be organized.
Yes. But who says that is an organized class? That is my expectation. That is my expectation that when all the children sit silently and listen to me, only then the learning is going to happen. But no, in 0 to 8 years, learning can happen in different ways. And we need to accept that children have different milestones, they develop at a different rate. Even if you think that the nursery wala thing is lacking in UKG wala bacha, it is okay. It is completely okay. So they do not resist rules. They struggle with skills they haven't developed yet. We ask them to stand in a line, but what they want to do? No. I want to stand with my friends. Yes. You make them stand in the front and then they turn around and then go and stand with their friends. What else?
They want to hold hands and walk.
Yes, they want to hold hands and walk.
They want to come first.
They want either want to stand first or they want to stand with their friends. What's wrong in that? Are you all not sitting with your friends? Yes, ma'am. Yes, what happens about you? We all are. Friends, and that is one of the social skills that we want our children to develop. And then what we said, no, you have to stand here only. Right? So this we need to understand that. Okay. So now moving to the next activity, I know today I'm in Amity, and Amity is the place where learning actually happens. And I'm not flattering anyone. You must have heard. I have trained more than 60,000 teachers. It is an old city. So more than 60,000, and I have seen various schools. But whenever I come here, I have seen that your level of understanding of children's needs is very, very, very high. This activity is first, I'm going to give you some scenarios. You have to give me first right how you would have reacted earlier. By earlier, I said when it was our time, in a conventional way. But now you all are quite, you know what to expect from children. And the second scenario is you have to rewrite the responses using emotional intelligence, which is now. So this is for my online teachers also. The first scenario is I don't want to sit. Situation is during circle time, the child keeps standing up and moving around with others while the others are seated. You have to give me the answer. What might the child be feeling? And what was your earlier reaction? And how would you respond now using emotional intelligence? Right? So, without emotional intelligence, first of all, let's talk about what the child might be feeling. The child is not ready to sit during the circle time. Can I have one more time so that we can maybe explain the class? And maybe he's falling back over the circle time. He knows what we somewhere in the morning. Something which would have happened back. Wonderful. Big round of applause. Something might have happened at the home. Okay. Anybody else? Not interested. What might be feeling? Okay. What else? You can sit here and you can give me the answer what the online teacher answers. And you can speak. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes.
Now you can share his feelings. He's going through.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. What else?
Child might be seeking attention or
The child is trying to seek attention. Attention seeking, ma'am.
You want to explore what others are doing.
Very nice. Observation skill. Very nice.
the child is in a play mode.
The child is in play mode, not ready to learn or not ready to learn because even in play, learning happens at every second. Yes. Usually,
Sometimes child, the family members, others,
okay. So, what was your earlier reaction? क्या बोलते थे before emotional intelligence? Before coming to amity. Before coming to amity.
Please sit down.
Please sit down.
Morning, let's welcome Anita Sekia ma'am, who's instrumental in organizing the PDP sessions under the guidance of Chairperson ma'am. Ma'am, they were thoroughly enjoying the workshop and so was I online. Please sit down.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a learning fun, right? So make your classes as fun as she's making for you. So let's learn together. It's a great opportunity to have been provided the platform by Honorable Chairperson Ma'am. And she will be interacting with you after this session is over. I hope you know.
Yes,
So get ready and have a great time. Thank you.
okay, so usually before coming to amity, what was your reaction? Because you must be teaching somewhere else also.
Till the time you will not sit, I will not start.
Wow, very nice. Till the time you will not sit, I will not teach. What else? Go outside. Teach is take him out. ठीक है बैठ के मैं एक थोड़े देर बाहर लेकर जाऊँ Although it is one of the way to keep off all the extra energy from the child, but maybe the child is asking for something more from us.
Ma'am, there's online response also.
So, lively emotion. Yeah, ma'am, you please keep a mic with you and please. I cannot read. So you can read from their side. Yes, ma'am. No, don't do that. Now you can speak. On their behalf, you can give the answer. Okay. Slide is not moving now. Okay. So the likely emotions are restlessness. Some of you have already given me this answer. Sensory need. Do you know what is sensory need? Yes, they need something to touch, to move, yes, right? And lack of body regulation. They cannot sit at one place. So this can be the different. These can be the different reasons. What is the skill gap? What they need to learn at this stage is they need to learn self-regulation and body awareness. And typical responses then is sit down properly. And not like this. Sit down. With cleanse with your teeth. And why can't you sit like others? And with emotional intelligence, now responses should be, I see your body wants to move. Let's do 5 jumps together and then sit. Or you can stand in the back or sit on the cushion. Why to sit on a cushion? Sense. Yes. And then they need to balance their body. You cannot sit on a cushion because that is something, it is puffy. There is no balance. So their attention that goes to the body awareness. So sitting on a cushion is much better than sitting on a floor or on a mat. Okay, second scenario, sudden tears. How many of you have seen this? They start. A child starts crying loudly when asked to shift from free play to worksheet time. I want to play more. Even if you give them a sheet, and they are waiting for your next instruction because their heart is somewhere else. Their heart is in the free time they were playing. So, what transition related emotion could be involved? And what does the crying communicate?
They need help or guidance.
They need help or guidance for what?
For completing the task.
Okay.
For making the transition from a happy state to a structured.
Wonderful. They need help with the transition. Very good. Go ahead.
And if the crying is happening every day, it's more of an attention seeker.
If it has happened today only, then some emotion. Wow, we are talking about emotional attention and some emotion. But
Then 5 minutes one-to-one with the child. And I
Okay.
think so a 4 or 5-year-old child tells.
of course, they tell about everything. Chachi, I
Putting it to the parent that please be here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. What else? What else? Am I online? What answers I have got online?
trying to be really anxious, disappointed, or overwhelmed because they started the task began.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Well, when the child is having something which he or she doesn't want to eat, like the tiffin is not on their
Oh, I got it. I have decided to Punjabi. Oh God. Okay. Yes. So likely emotion is overwhelmed, very good online participant. Sadness at losing play. They want to play more. Or transition anxiety. I am in the happy state. I do not want to do something else. There is an anxiety whether I will be able to do the next task or not. So what is the skill gap here? It is emotional transition. How to go from one activity to the other and flexibility. Flexibility is not there. So we have to work on these skill gaps. Typical reaction. Stop crying. It's time to work. And big kids do not cry. इनको बड़े बच्चे हो कितने बड़े हो फिर रोक लो right भाई मैं तो अभी भी रोती हूँ how many of you cry oh and do you think it is weakness no it's strength what is it before here I was reading an article that the emotional tears the tears when we cry out of emotion, they are different from the one which comes because of smoke. Yes, the happy tears, they are there are cortisols and there are different chemicals which are in the emotional tears. So crying is very important, but when we say that big kids do not cry or लड़कियों क्या होते हो? सुना है? What is it लड़कियों के होते हो? Emotions are not gender based.
Only kinder girl, which is also bad.
So gender, the emotions are not gender based, and I will give you one example. You are very angry right now. Huh? Something is bothering you and you are wailing and wailing and wailing. Huh? और मैं इतनी सी बात पे हो रही हूँ क्या लगेगा आपको बात क्यों लागे
Because you are not understanding
बात करना ही बेकार and do you think that child will come to me any time now?
No.
Why the child will not come to me?
If the child is not understanding about
Yeah, you cannot understand my emotions. So this is very important and what response we can give now. It's hard to stop when you are enjoying something. And let's take two red and then choose which color you want. What has changed here? The emotions. What else? Validation. Distraction. Also the validation also. I understand you. I know it is hard. It is not that I am not validating your emotion, but yes, we have to do this work also. But this work we will do as per your choice. Right? I'm not asking you to do it with pen or with pencil or something. You can do it with a color also. And out of 25 or 30 children, you will have only 2 or 3 such kids. And usually what we say, इतना बच्चा होता है क्लास में एक को कैसे ध्यान देंगे? Don't give me those kind of things. I was also a teacher. तो मेरे को भी पता है. But do you think all those 30 kids need our attention? No. Only these 2 or 3 they need our attention. Yes. Next. Third is refusing work. A child pushes the worksheet and says, I don't want to do it. कभी किया किसी ने? So what do you think? What the child might be feeling? Is this defiant or overwhelmed? Overwhelmed. Okay. And what? Okay. And what emotional need might be unmet?
Connection might not be feeling confident enough.
Wonderful, very good. What else?
Not rewarded for their efforts ever.
Wonderful. What else? What else? What else?
Not in mood to do it.
Either there is a lack in the skills or there is a lack of the mood.
I can relate to one of the case, so he is not in mood. He says I'll not do it.
Huh.
He'll do it afterwards.
But you know that the child can do it.
Yes.
Yes. This is a very important observation. Whether the child is not in a mood or there is a lack in the skill. Yeah. So, likely emotion is fear of failure. What we use, I know one a lady, the child had just started, writing in a notebook and she used to erase whatever he or she used to write. तो क्या फील आता होगा उसको बच्चे को? Something wrong. Or I'll give you one example. मैं आपके घर आई, आपने मेरे लिए चाय बनाई, मैंने ये क्या करना है? मेरे को 12 चाय पिलाओगे मुझे? ये तो बहुत देखा सही सही बात है। इसके लिए चाय बनाना बहुत मुश्किल है। Right? So you will not give me or you will not offer me tea again. Same thing happens with the children also. They please appreciate that they are also learning to write. So fear of failure is there. What we want to assess if the child is not ready to do the worksheet, you can give the same task on whiteboard. What is the difference doing it on a whiteboard and on a worksheet? Can you give me?
You can erase the process, but you can't.
Yes. They cannot write within the lines. Maybe that is the fear of failure.
Fear of perfection will
Fear of perfection. So as a teacher, what I want the worksheet is not writing A. Right? What is my learning objective? So what we can do if the child is not ready to do it in the notebook or on a worksheet, I can always offer to do it on whiteboard because their fear of failure is very less. And low confidence is can be one. So the skill captures task initiation and emotional safety. What is a typical response? You have to do it. सब कर रहे हैं ना? तुम भी करो, आप भी करो. और जब तक ये पूरा नहीं होगा ना, आप ये नहीं. तो घर से जाओगे आज जब तक वर्कशीट पूरी नहीं होगी. हाँ? जानेंगे तो लेकिन ये सुना है we do it with our children also. सबके बच्चे हैं, छोटे बच्चे जब तक ये नहीं हुआ, जब तक लर्न नहीं हुआ, तब तक तुम खेलने की जाओ. No quiet time, no free time until you do it. So are we making them love to learn, or we are building fear of learning? Okay. So what we can do now? This looks pretty. Shall we start together? And you can do just one part first. सिर्फ इतना सा कर लो, बाकी का बाद में करेंगे. What? Now I'm giving you around 4 scenarios. So there are multiple. I know you all can relate to all these scenarios because these are taken from my experience also. So, but what has changed now? We have discussed these 4 scenarios. There are multiple more which I am not going to do with you because you all are quite emotionally strong teachers. What shift is there? What is the shift here? Yes, ma'am.
EQ is more important than IQ. We
Yes.
have learned that.
Yes.
So the child's emotions matter, and we have to really keep it to our mind while dealing with the children.
There is no change in the child. Whatever I am discussing since morning, we are talking about us. What change we are trying to bring in ourselves?
Our own perspective,
Yes.
and to ensure that we don't play with the child's emotions and we deal it with very in a very tricky manner so that child should not get hurt and learn fearless.
Wonderful. What else? Yes, ma'am. What change you have seen in the then and now statements? You are giving more respect to a child. Wonderful. Support. We give respect. To whom we give respect? One once. As children, we used to get respect. एक थप्पड़ पड़ेगा. Right? Or if we used to cry, थप्पड़ मारूंगी चुप हो जा. चोट लगती ना थप्पड़. क्या होगा ना? What is the shift here? What is the shift?
We have met our ways of dealing with the children.
We have a
Positive way.
in a positive way, but we give respect to individuals. Right? We give respect to those who we consider as an individual. So children, they are also individuals. Please, ma'am shared this borrow shoe theory. What is that borrow shoe theory? That we do not, ma'am will tell. I should not.
Yeah, so I was reading the other day, it was called the borrowed shoe theory. So it is like when we impose our expectations, our emotions and other things on the children, so that is they are actually wearing some other person's shoe and that's the reason they are never comfortable. But they have to accept it because they need to please us, they need our validation and that's the reason they are always like not treated as an individual. So we are forcing things on the children. So that is called the borrowed shoe theory. So they should be in their own shoes rather than the shoes of other people, their classmates. So we keep saying that, "Acha, ye to kar leta hai, tum nahi kar pate ho." Comparison. Comparison happens in the classroom. Comparison happens at home. So there is everywhere there is comparison. Judgment.
Yes, a lot of judgment goes and हमारे चाची का बेटा ये कर लिया, राइट? बुआ का बच्चा ये कर रहा है, and even parents they say, "Ma'am, आपके स्कूल में से 100 तक you are doing counting only till 100, उसका भी 200 तक हो गए." मैम मेरी फ्रेंड का बच्चा वो तो 200 तक काउंटिंग लिख लेता है और आपने तो सिर्फ 100 तक करा है. What is the logic behind it? Why we are comparing our children?
Competition, too much competition.
Who's competition?
It's not about the children now, it's more about the parents.
It is not about the children, it is more about the parents. And it is also about teachers also. Sometimes we compete with nursery A and nursery B also.
Yes.
Right? It happens. Because all these emotions, all the emotions we have in ourselves also. And all these we are going to pour. The first activity, whatever we have in our class, we are going to pour in our children's classes. So that happens. So there is one more. So there are many scenarios. Let's not do that. I'm giving you 10 minutes bio break or 20 minutes. So right now it is 11:08. Please be back by 11:28. 20, not 20.
Alright, 11:28 you can come back, so 11:28 you do gobble, eat whatever is given and come back. But you can go out in the sun, we are lighting a bonfire for Lodi.
I hope everyone has got the this summer.
I hope all of you got your Italy sample this snack. Yes. And who has the attendance sheet with them? Someone? The attendance sheet. They must be on some table. Please, if you could just hand it.
दीदी मैं ऊपर जा रही हूँ, मैं ड्राइंग सर को हेल्प करना, ठीक। यहाँ पर भी
हाँ बहुत ज्यादा चिपक गया।
So very mascot dog is satisfied but triangle. Huh? So now let's move to the next activity. For this, I need again 5 pairs of friends. 10 people, but it's two each, huh? Friends चाहिए. Okay, दूसरे को समझते हैं. Two from each school. Okay, two. I need Yes. Please go to the stage, please. You can go on the stage. So, what scenarios here? Go to the back. What are we trying to convey? My online teachers are there? So online teachers, there are 5 pairs of children here. They are going, don't look at each other in scenario. You are trying, same reaction, but because of different emotions. Right? Can you do it? It is like a Tamsharaj wala thing. Huh? Cut out it. You have to enact and they have to tell. Huh? Now one by one. Child A and child B. Where is child A, child B? Who has child A, child B? Child A, child B. Okay. So child A, child B, please try to understand these bachas now. Say, आप बाकी के जो है ना वो कैसे हट जाओ so that we can focus only on these two bachas. Yes. Now, you have okay. So we have given you two. I have given you two scenarios, right? So how you are going to showcase that thing, that emotion? Both of you are different, right? So I will say, I will give you an example. Both laugh, but the reasons can be different. So, what is the scenario? Show me. Yes. So there is a circle going on. So there is a circle line going on here, right? And these two children, they now you have to show it. Yeah. So this is during circle time.
मैम दोनों का सेम है
And your turn now. So what do you think? What they are trying to convey? One is laughing, excited. This child is excited. Okay. What about this child? Shy. No, this child also is. Now you have to portray. Showcase. This child is trying to laugh, but that child is this child is nervous, and out of nervousness, that child is laughing or showing that I am portraying that I am very strong. So how we can differentiate between these two kind of bachas? So हम नहीं कर पाए यहाँ पर नहीं हो पाया वो बहुत अच्छे से. Now let's go to the C and D. हाँ. Okay.
I'm child C.
She's child C.
I'm child C, and she's my teacher. I'm trying to take it here. Sobbing, she's sobbing. Don't take her laughter as sobbing only, please. Please use it for. Okay, what is the expression? What do you feel? What is she trying? What is she trying to express?
she's sad trying she's sad
And what are the emotions?
sad crying
Now I'm the teacher, he's the student.
And child D.
Yeah, right. Ready now? Take the sheet. Let's do this. Now we need to do it.
Angry.
Not interested. Not interested. Correct. So this is child D, not interested and little angry, but at the same time not making an eye contact. Actually, there is it's written hidden emotion. Hidden emotion is fear of making mistakes. And that is why I did not want to do the work, I do the paper and I don't want to do it.
E and F, very nice. Nicely portrayed. Thank you. What these children are trying to do?
I'm exploring the classroom.
Yes. And what this child is trying to do?
He's curious.
So there is a difference in these two. You will feel that they are not willing to sit. But one child needs what? Sensory, and the other is anxiety. Right? It can be anxiety also, and it can be exploration also. The child wants to explore. Thank you. Next. I and J.
I'm doing the same thing.
What is the difference?
One is anger.
One is showing anger, and the other.
That's the feeling I'm showing, and also trying to take bring out the expressions by tearing off and
Wonderful. Very nice. So what was yours?
So it was hearing the paper in frustration and anger.
And ma'am's?
Mine is fear of failure, shame.
Of shame, or the child wants to express himself or herself, but is afraid of showing the feelings. Yes, ma'am. You need it? Okay.
I'm telling her to draw something with pencil.
Yeah. Second child, the same emotion.
Who has done this? You have thrown the sketch pens? Who has done it?
What is the difference? What they are trying to show? What they are trying to convey? First child, moody,
Confident.
okay. A child knows what he or she wants. And what about the other? Fear or stubbornness. And what was it?
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. But the expressions are same. Both are not ready to do the work. So what has changed? Thank you so much. So what has changed here? क्या आप में क्या change आया? What you have tried to do? Understanding the emotion, the root cause. Right? The thing can be similar. The emotions, the display of emotions can be similar, but the reason can be different. We need to set boundaries with the children. What is that? Why do we need to set boundaries with the children? To control their behavior. Can we control them? We control animals. Control is a very negative word. Channelize or so the same behavior can come from very different emotions, and our response decides whether the child feels seen or misunderstood. For example, I am angry. I am very angry and I am throwing things here and there. Right? And as a teacher, you also get angry. Then now what will be my mental state now? It is a ping pong theory. What is ping pong theory? I'll share this thing with you. Have you shared amygdala's role in my previous workshop? Okay. So there is a very small part of brain which is at the back of your brain. Here. Which is called amygdala. I'll show you. So there is a very small part here which is responsible for the well-being of a person's overall well-being. Right? And it is in everybody. It is not that it is only activated in a child. It is with everybody. You must have experienced when we our vision becomes blurry, no, cloudy. Happens, and we cannot give right answers, or when we get very anxious. So this is the state when amygdala, the very small part in your brain, it gets activated. Its responsibility is it gets activated when it feels that I am in a state of survival. I need to take care of myself. Otherwise, what is the basic instinct? What is a basic instinct of a human? To survive, right? So brain helps in the survival instinct, and that amygdala is activated. When amygdala gets activated, no cognitive thing happens. Only the survival mode is activated. What is survival mode? What is survival mode? What do you think? What is survival mode? Resistance? Yes. All types of resistance. I'm not going to listen to you. I will do whatever I want. I feel that it is going for me right for mine. So whenever we shout in the classroom, or whenever the child feels unloved in the classroom, that amygdala gets activated. Sometimes, correct? That was the reason. That was the idea. It happened. It happened in the class, right? Because whenever we are also tired and something is not going against, something that goes against our expectation, we get agitated and we also shout on our face. And then what happens? Yes. And this is activated. And once this amygdala is activated, you say anything. These two left brain and right brain. Now they are at off. Yes. Now this is working. These two are not working anymore. The more, and then what happens? Then you get more agitated. We data, we will काम कर रहा है. Then what happens? What we do? Then what we do? इसको फोन करना मम्मी को फोन करना. Okay. Then what happens? आपने किसी बच्चे को डांटा है, and then बच्चा अब बिल्कुल आपकी बात नहीं सुन पा रहा है, और आपको फिर उससे बात क्या होता है? वो how do you feel? You get irritated, you feel frustrated, and then what you do? Be honest. Then be honest. Let's not talk about school का बच्चा. Let's talk about अपना बच्चा. But scientifically, what we have done, we have shut down the cognitive process of the child's brain. Cognitive process is not working now because amygdala is on. So the point is we need to, we say na, that we need to be in a happy state first. If we are in a happy state, only then we can grow. You need to let go of things. So this is not for preschool ka bacha. What preschool ka bacha needs? Preschool ka bacha needs calm. They borrow calm from teachers. They borrow calm from their adults. They cannot calm themselves. They need calmness from us. And how we can bring that? If they are anxious, if they feel that ma'am mujhe प्यार नहीं करती, learning will not happen in your classroom. जितना मर्जी कर लो, learning will not happen because amygdala is on. The brain is in fight or flight mode. What is fight and flight mode? You must have seen children fighting with others, or they run away from the classroom. Have you seen these two types of children in your classroom? Why is that? Because it is a reflection of my behavior in the class. Maybe I am not making them feel loved, or unconsciously I have shouted at that bacha. Sometimes these children are very sensitive. हो सकता है उनको डांटा से डर आ गए. तुम्हें तो कुछ समझ नहीं था. So our voice, our pitch, and we all are blessed with teacher's voice. Right? घर वाले भी बोलते हैं चिल्ला क्यों रही है लड़ क्यों रही है
45 minutes का lecture खत्म हो गया.
So it is not that we do it consciously, but unconsciously we make them feel unloved. And the reason is this amygdala. The only thing is we have to keep this amygdala on off mode. So which we can do by giving them calmness in the classroom. We can give them by give them a feel of love. How we can make them feel that they are welcome in the classroom and they are loved? What activity we can do in the morning? No. I love you all. How I can show? How I can touch? Touch. Very good. Maybe everybody is not very comfortable with the hug. Yes. Hug, smile, dance. You can do anything, and every child, their love language is different. Some need physical closeness. Some need So everybody is, and we should respect their boundaries. What is their boundary? If somebody doesn't like to be hugged, it is okay. It is okay. But make them feel that you are welcome in my classroom. And if they have taken it off and they were absent yesterday, please ask them.
First question.
Why? What does it show about me? You were missed. You are very important for this classroom. And yes. So this we can do, and there is a logic because we want them to feel connected first. If they are connected to you, फिर तो मम्मी कुछ भी बोल ले. मेरी मैम ने बोला है. Okay. So, okay. This is for everyone now. There is a scenario, safe struggle lab. A 4-year-old is building a tower and it falls twice. बच्चा building blocks with banana and it falls twice. The child sighs, look at you and says, I can't do it. Okay? Understood the scenario? Girls in the back? The scenario is clear to everyone? Okay? Now, next. What will be, this is an individual task. You have to give your honest replies. What is the most likely immediate response? You have to give me only one response. Let me help you. Try again. It's okay. Don't worry. What do you think went wrong? Let's do it together. It's okay.
It's okay.
This is an individual task, individual. How many of you will say, let me help you?
Not first.
Be honest. मेरे को कुछ हाथ दिख रहे हैं. Let everyone be honest. No, let me help you. Okay. Try again. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. What do you think went wrong? Like, okay, let's do it together. Okay. Now tell me what is the difference between these 5 statements? Let me help you. What does it show about the teacher? Partnership. Okay. Try again. Encouragement. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Nobody is assessing you. It's okay.
Okay. What do you think went wrong? What type of
What's the reason why it's falling again?
and let's do it together.
We are one.
What do you think is the most important statement here? Which one is the most important? One for the 21st century learner. All the answers are correct. All the answers are correct. But which one to put up 140, 25. What is these? D and C and E. It's okay, don't worry. And let's do it together. So why not? What do you think went wrong? Why is it not correct? What type of thinking we are trying? If we talk about, if we say D, what do you think went wrong? Critical thinking. So usually what we do, we offer them our company. We we offer partnership. We offer encouragement. But we do not offer them the thinking skill. क्या गलत? What other things you can do? Because when we partner with the child, we are going to impose our idea how to build a tower. But maybe if we say what went wrong, the child may come up with different ideas, right? So it is not, sometimes we do not need to give them partnership or encouragement. We need to give them time to think what went wrong. Okay, now, and this is about being very honest. When the child says, I can't do it, what do you feel first? And all emotions are okay. You can take more than one. You feel anxiety. You feel urgency to fix. Let's not talk about school ka bacha. Let's talk about your own bacha. Huh? When your child says, I can't do it, how do you feel? Anxiety, urgency to fix, sympathy, discomfort, watching struggle, pressure to move on, confidence in the child, or unsure, or you are confused. First of all, discomfort. मेरे बच्चे से वो क्यों नहीं रहा?
Emergency to fix.
Then anxiety. Okay, what else? Or Urgency to fix. Very nice. Thank you so much for being very honest. How many of you have छोटा बच्चा at home? बड़े तो हो गए ना, अगर छोटे से तब okay. Okay. Do you let them tie their own shoelaces? Yes. Velcro is something else. But if they have shoelaces,
There is a first shoe I've got for the later. Putting her out.
you are teaching her, but you are getting late for a party. I'm giving you a scenario. You are at home, you are getting late for a party, and your child is struggling with tying laces. What will be your mental state?
We will do it. Yes. Come on, we will do that.
Why? इतना अच्छा नहीं बोलेगा घर पे, let me help you. ये सारा स्कूल प्रोफेशनल बता रहे हैं हमारा। घर पे नहीं हो रहे हैं। ऊपर से तुमको सुनता हो करेगा।
इसी वक्त ट्राई करना है तुम। हाँ, इसी वक्त ट्राई करना है।
किससे बात करना चाहिए? कितनी बार सिखाया है तुमको? तुमको नहीं आया।
मैंने मानते हैं पैर अंदर डालना चाहिए।
What is it? क्या है ये? Anxiety है? What else? Urgency to fix. What else?
Discomfort, what is the struggle?
Discomfort in that struggle. Pressure to move on. Why? It is all our thing. If we let our child to practice tying that laces, what will happen? That will build resilience. What is resilience? What is resilience? To try, try again and again. Even if I fail once, I can try again. I can try again. I can try again. But we do not let our children try again because that causes discomfort to our comfort. Yes, it causes our comfort. मैं लेट हो रही हूँ, मेरी क्लास पीछे जा रही है, और there are many things. It is only our anxiety that does not let our children to be resilient. I'll give you one example. I'll give you two examples. This I was sharing with ma'am in the morning. My son is in MBBS, like he's in second year. And while he was chotu bacha, maybe 3 or 4 years old, he was struggling with shoelace. Tabhi I have given you this example. And I gave him an apron. Apron पे दोनों तरफ का होता है ना. And he struggled for more than 5 or 6 days. आप नहीं करती, सबकी पापा करती है. And he was crying and crying and trying the laces and trying to how to do not it. Right? But after 7 days, he perfected the art. Similar thing happened in grade 6. उसका bio का diagram start हो गया. ये आप नहीं करती हो, आप अपना आपकी एक्चुअल अच्छा है, आप नहीं करती हो, आप नहीं करती हो. I have done this, now it is your turn. Abhi, I have passed grade 6, now it is your turn. But now, when he came this time home, he is in hostel. He said, Mama, thank you so much for not doing it for me. Now I have to make around 100 diagrams almost in a month. अगर मैं अभी भी आपके ऊपर होता तो मैं नहीं कर पाता. So that is the beauty of making yourself uncomfortable, seeing your child uncomfortable. हम लोगों को क्या लगता है? दादी छोटी है.
My son, younger one, he says you're my stepmother.
It is okay. Let us play good cop and bad cop. Yes. Yes. It is not about being good cop or bad cop. It is about your learning objective. Your learning objective should be clear what you want your child to learn in the future. After 10 years, how many years you entire child should replace? Can you draw all the diagrams for your child? No. I have seen those mothers also, those who complete their bachas and notebooks also. हाँ, उसका कॉपी ले आना, I'll complete your work. Is it? Have you seen mothers like that? Yes. Yeah. What you can tell your parents in the classroom? I can build resilience in the class, but I want the same effort from your end.
Reinforcement at home also.
Yes. Please, like we all are in this, we are all working in the same direction. We need your support. We need the enforcement at home. And you can tell them during the PDP that resilience is something that is built over a period of time. I cannot teach in one day or I cannot teach in a year. I need your support throughout, and the child needs your support throughout the life. So this is so struggle or distress. What do you notice in the child? They cry again, looking at the blocks thoroughly. Let's not do that. So we have. What do you feel about this statement? Resilience is not built by removing struggle. It is built when adults stay calm during the struggle. Happens? बच्चा स्ट्रगल से नहीं डरता है, बच्चा डरता है उसके बाद के जो repercussions होते हैं. What if I fail? What if I make my mama late? Or what if I cannot tie it properly? I'll just give you an example. What if I cannot write properly? Bacha is not worried about struggle of writing. Bacha is worried of the outcome. How the adult in the room is going to behave. So yes, how it's going to react. How the okay. So now I want you to see this and tell me what you have learned. Please tell me. Please look at the video.
Once upon a time, a little girl lived with her mother. One day, while playing in her garden, she saw something hanging from the branch of a bush. On inquiry, her mother told her that it was a cocoon of a butterfly, and soon a butterfly would hatch from it. The little girl was very excited to see the beautiful butterfly. One day, a small opening appeared in the cocoon. She sat and watched the butterfly for several hours as it struggled to force its body through that little hole, until it suddenly stopped making any progress and looked like it was stuck. So, she decided to help the butterfly by snipping off the remaining bit of the cocoon using scissors. The butterfly then emerged easily, although it had a swollen body and small, shriveled wings. The girl was happy, as she thought she had done the butterfly a favor. She sat there waiting and waiting to see the butterfly fly, but that did not happen, since the butterfly's wings were too weak to support its body for flying. Alas, the butterfly spent the rest of its life unable to fly, crawling around with tiny wings and a large body. Despite the girl's good intentions, she didn't understand that the restricting cocoon and the struggle needed by the butterfly to get itself through the small opening were nature's way of forcing fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings to prepare it for flying once it was out of the cocoon.
Okay. So what does it tell about struggle, the importance of struggle? What type of struggles children face in pre-primary? Opening, very nice, very nice. Opening a tiffin box. What else? Yes. Page number, very good. Wonderful. Turning the page, very nice. Opening a bottle, yes. Holding crayon, very nice. What else? Yes. And what we do. Helping them. Seeking the lunch box खोल कर दे दो मतलब गिरा देगा. Teach them also. This is the way you have to hold. Sometimes. Not all. And why do we help them? Why do we help them? Why do we help them in opening the tiffin? That's a very, mild way of saying this. We are afraid of spilling the food. That's what not I feel. Okay. We all are different. But अगर दादा का different देखा तो we thought खाना गिर गया तो इसकी मम्मी को कौन सुनाए बोलेगा? फिर वो क्या खाएगा? फिर वो क्या खाएगा? और lunch time खत्म हो जाएगा. The knocks are so hard then airtight. They're not able to open. Yes. So how we can help them? How we can help them? If the tiffin box is airtight and it is very hard for them to open, what we can do?
Yes, we
Yes, we can ask parents to give them child friendly lunchbox. What is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal? Yes, the child should feel independent. The child should be confident. Right? And एक बार गलत होगा, दो बार गलत होगा, तीन बार गलत होगा, but fourth time the child will be able to open the lunch box. Ultimately, we want our children not to be dependent on anyone. As mothers, I'm not sure about you because we all are working mothers, but usually mothers love their children to be dependent on them. Right? No, yeah, working mothers, we don't. Yeah. But as mothers, as other mothers, I'm not talking about working moms or mothers who are educated, but as mothers, we love that our loved ones are dependent on us. But is it good? No. मेरा बेटा तो ना मेरे से पूछकर ही सारे काम करता है
मेरे हाथ से
सुना
मेरे हाथ से करता है मेरे
हाथ से ही खाना खाता
हमने जो हाथ से कहा
Is it good?
No,
दादी में प्राइड मेरा बेटा 8th में है और देखो मैं अभी मेरा पोता 8th में है और मैं अभी तक मेरे हाथ से खाना खाता है Is it scientifically also it is not good?
it's not good. They eat more now.
They eat more.
Yeah.
You feel saturated to eat with the whole hand because these tricks they help you in telling your body that you are full.
Yes.
Okay. So now if we summarize the meaning of resilience, so can you tell me what things you have understood about resilience? How we can build resilience in the class?
Giving them opportunity to
Wonderful.
Now, coping with situations.
Yes. What are the challenges? Why we do not give them enough chance to do the work? It is only a mindful act. It is mindful act, right? Maybe you cannot give the entire day for the process, but at least you can give them 5 minutes to try. Let them try twice, thrice, or 4 times, but let them try. Only then we can build resilient children. Now let's move to the curiosity part. How to bring curiosity in your classroom. So, what is it? You have to frame 10 questions related to this object. This is about bringing curiosity in the class. Right? It is a collaborative work. You have to choose activity of 2 minutes. So, what are the questions you will face? Okay, what is the It had lessons or when you show you how to handle Okay. So, from the back, let's start from the back. You have to cross if the question is given the same question. Let's cross it out. Okay, let's start from the back. My पीछे वाला बच्चा, my back benkers. Yes, ma'am. What is this object? What is this object? If you have written this question, please cross it. What is the color of this object? Okay, what is the color? Okay. Yes. Already stripes are there on the side of the school. Okay, very nice. Good question. Can you check it where you can see if it is comfortable and what do you use the shoes for? Okay. Okay. But it is only a picture. It is only a picture. Read the brand name. Read the brand name. Is it a shoe for a male or for a female? Oh, nice, nice. Very good. Does it have a meaning? Let's have a. Does it have a meaning? Does it have a meaning? Okay. Okay. Let me see some questions here online also. No, there are no questions online. Okay. More questions? Who is Samba? Yes, very good, very good. Yes, ma'am. Any mark on the shoe? Is there any mark on the shoe? Very good. Yes, ma'am. Wonderful, wonderful, very nice. Wonderful, very nice. Next up. Okay. Why is there? Why is there only one sugar? Okay. Male or female person. Or why do we not okay? How many places do you take actually to tie the shoe? Okay. Number you raise it up. Do you like the color of the shoe? Very good. Where do we keep it? Can you count the hole? Very good. Anybody? Maybe with the left. It is left or right? What is the texture? Is it soft? Wonderful. What is the texture? Is it rough or soft? Or yes. Story. We have a story with the shoe. Very nice. Very nice. Yes, very good. Wonderful. It keeps it warm or cool. Okay. So actually, again, it is very impressive that you ask questions in a diverse way. Usually, there are 10 types of questions. The first type of question is observation questions. We usually start with this observation question. And this is for training their attention before explanations. What do you notice about this object? What colors do you see? What shapes do you find? Is it smooth or rough? Which part looks different from the rest? This is the observation type of question. And what is the rationale behind this asking these type of questions is this brings focus and it slows down rushing. Usually our brain it is trained either to think about past or to think about future. Either children they are mentally they are either in their house or they think about what I'm going to do next after this activity. Okay? This type of observation questions this brings children back to the classroom. This is a mindful activity and that brings their attention back in the classroom. The second type of question is the comparison question. That is, how is this similar to something else we know? Right? Is this shoe similar to your sports shoes? Or is this shoe similar to the one you are wearing right now? Right? How is it different from the another object? You can give some other object, for example, how this shoe is different from your water bottle. There is no connection between the two. The more, the no sense or the nonsense objects you give to compare, more hilarious it will become, more abstract it will become. And when the children, they start comparing the things which are not even comparable, that makes their critical thinking higher. Then, is it bigger or smaller than your hand? What is this? What type of question is this? Measurement. Bringing numeracy in your communication. Is it heavier or lighter than you expected? This number you can do. And what is the classroom impact of these kind of questions? It strengthens classification and reasoning. First type of question is function questions. And what do you think this object is used for? Who might use it? When do we use it? And what happens if we don't have it? Usually in the classrooms, we stop after these three types of questions. We do not go beyond these three. But to bring curiosity in the classroom, we have 7 different other types of questions. Those are the process or how. How do you think this is used? How does it work? How do you hold it? What happens first when we use it? When the process comes. The third is, this is, okay, let's go back. So why we, the fourth one, yes. What is logical sequencing? What is STEM? What is coding? What is coding? You know what is coding, right? Can we teach coding in preschool? Yes, we can. We can. Building processes with the algorithm. What are algorithms? That's step by step thing. Algorithm is nothing but logical sequencing, and that we teach in pre-primary as well. So these kind of questions help in building their logical sequencing. The fifth class, cause and effect. What might happen if this falls down? What will falls down? Give me answer. Now we are on the fifth type of question. अभी तक जो हो रहा था वो बच्चे देखकर बता रहे थे आपको. Now the thinking process will start. What do you think if a shoe falls? It will hurt someone. It will hurt someone. Okay. What? Bad voice. Very good. What happened?
Might get dirty.
It might get dirty. Very good. Then it might get lost also. Very good. Yet, what will happen if it gets no? If it falls down,
It will get spoiled.
it will get spoiled. Okay. Second question. What if it gets wet?
Will not able to wear it.
You will not be able to wear it.
Heavy.
Huh?
Heavy.
Heavy. Heavy. Very good. Or it might smell. Very good. What else? You won't be able to wear it. Okay. What else? Okay. Third question. What if we use it in the wrong way? Uncomfortable. Very good. Very good. Yes, shoe tie. Shoe will break. Very good. You can't walk. Very good. देखो पीछे भी आ रहे हैं. I want all my बच्चा to answer me. So, what is the classroom? What is the classroom impact?
One question is this. Happen if it breaks.
What happens if it breaks? What will happen?
I can
Mama will hold me.
I will feel sad for your favorite.
What will I get?
It was not very sad.
I'll be sad.
I will try to fix it.
I'll get a new one. Okay. Where? Yes. Where are you? Next. Imagination question. What if questions? What if this object could talk? Let's talk about. अगर ये shoe को बोल सकता तो क्या बोलता?
Today I will not.
I want to save my shoe rack.
Yeah, I want to go to the gym.
I hope.
Let's go
Very good. What oh God. That's why you must be telling me. Yes, everybody. मुझसे दोस्ती करोगे? Okay, what else? Now, please share my responsibility. You are yes, ma'am.
I go up and go next time.
Okay. Wonderful. Very nice. What if it become very big? If it should become very big, then what will happen? Yes, beyond all one shoe. And it's like a shoe house. Very good. I can see. You can share it. Yeah. Very small. You can use it for a doll. Okay. You can use it for a key ring. Use it for a key ring. Very good. Very good. Very yes, Grandma did the same thing. Very good. I will put it on my bed speed. Very good. What if we use it? What is there any other way of using a shoe? Not as a shoe. We can decorate it. Okay. Maybe we can make a plant. Very nice. Nazar patti dikhara. Has a pin. Very good. Okay. What should the pen be? Yeah. Okay. So, next. What is the impact? What is the impact of this water question? इसे मैं अभी जो हम कर रहे थे, what is the impact of this question? There is no clear right and wrong answer. All in the classroom right now? Yes. Why you are in the classroom? Yes, whatever I want. Okay. Then emotion based. How does this object make me feel? How would you feel if you lost it? Right? Would you feel happy or sad using it? You might feel upset without this object. Right? You can ask these kind of questions. The innate is sensory questions also. These are how does it feel when you touch it? And somebody has given this kind of question. Yes, very nice. Does it make a sound? Is it hard or soft? Somebody also asked this question. Is it warm or cold? Yes. So these are the sensory questions. The next type of question is problem solving questions. What would we do if this doesn't work? Anybody? What can we do if this shoe doesn't work? How will we fix it? Okay. Problem. Okay. How will we fix it if it breaks? We can take it to a cobbler, or if the cobbler is not there, then what we can do? They can stitch it up ourselves. Okay. Now, and then how can we use it safely so that it doesn't break? Right. And the next type of question is the connection questions. Where have you seen this before? Have you seen this shoe before? Yes. Your father wears that sort. Okay, at the okay, at the mall. Okay, where have you seen this type of the market? In the market. With my friends. With my friends. Okay. Yes. And the ads. Okay. My parents wear it. Okay. Okay. So, so there are 10 types of questions that we can ask in the classroom. Do you remember the competencies that we discussed in the previous workshop? The competencies that we work on? What are the 4 C's? Creativity, communication, these are the competencies. And then what are the life skills? Flexibility. Very good. Again, it was flips, FLIPS. याद है किसी को? N for leadership, I for innovation, P for productivity. Wonderful. एक और बता दो, सारी चॉकलेट्स आती हैं. Next for self. Self and social.
South Station teacher from Griffith School. Revise.
Last time you did. So how are you going back? Today? Okay, I'm going to Lucknow tonight, so that's why I asked. So we can go together. Okay. So, through this activity, through these kind of questions, what competencies we have focused on? Communication? Yes. Critical thinking? Yes. Creativity? Creativity? And collaboration? Yes. Right? Okay. Flexibility? Yes. Yes. Flexibility I have, but now you have to tell me how. How you have focused?
Solving questions.
Yes. Oh, this can be also an answer, you know. Okay. Leadership. How? By volunteering. Very good. Innovator. Is it innovator?
Imagination.
Imagination. Very good. Productive. The result is productive. And what you got to know about yourself, self, or S, you got to know about I can answer. So, yes, I think there more and more, and got to know more and more of the other. So now, your task is micro movements mapping. Emotional regularity, emotional resilience is what we do not need extra time to teach it. We can teach it in the classroom, in the regular classroom. So the first step is list daily routines. This is an individual task. You can list daily routines, for example, arrival, circle time, English time, Hindi time, bathroom break, free play, clean up, transition, departure. Second, map one social skill per routine. What you can teach in each routine. For example, arrival day, you can teach them greetings. For the snack time, you can teach them waiting and sharing. During cleanup, you can ask them, you can teach them cooperation. During lining up, you can teach them turn taking. So now it is your task. Just give me one routine, one day routine, and what you can teach in the classroom. I have given you some examples. Now you think what you can do during that time. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the circle time can be utilized for sharing of emotions.
Very nice, very nice. Anybody else? How we can use circle time for EQ building? I have given you examples here. Yes, ma'am. Wonderful, very nice. So, gratitude towards what towards farmers, it will be better. Yes. God is abstract term. Right. And at this stage, we cannot expect them to understand what is God and who is God. So we can show gratitude towards helpers. We can show gratitude towards the farmers, mothers. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Anybody else? This is the sharing time. Yes, now.
activity or any academic work sharing of your stationery and collaborative work like working with help of each other. You can have buddies and they can help.
Wonderful, wonderful. What else? Critical thinking, life skills. When? It's a circle time. While teaching any topic, we can always tell them about the if we're teaching animals, we can always tell them that we should keep empathy towards animals. We should not hurt them. So that's how we create a little emotional question. Yeah. So you have those 10 types of questions. You can frame for the critical thinking. You can frame those types of questions. Yes, ma'am.
Now in free play, they learn to share turns, share
Yes.
toys,
Yes.
and then they negotiate turns as well.
Wonderful. Negotiation is a very beautiful life skill.
And problem solving is happening.
Yes. Very nice. What else?
Calling things.
Yes.
And exercises, yoga, breathing exercises, meditation.
Yes. Yes.
I'm talking about life skills.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, you are asking for a question in the class. Many a time there is a discussion going on, all of us want to answer together.
Yes.
So learning to wait for their turn.
Yes. Very good.
The opinions of others.
This is flexibility. Very nice.
Ma'am, during prayer time, they have to tell us what for the day. So we also teach them to pray like this.
छोटू बच्चा, thought of the day for 6 years.
नहीं मैम बता दें नर्सरी बच्चे
So they run how do they?
we teach them then they learn like we teach them say how to save electricity so whenever they need the classroom they set up
Okay. Very nice. What else?
Take water also when they go for water.
Wonderful. Very nice.
we set the ideas for care of their role we motivate them and we then show gratitude to them.
Very good. So we can teach multiple things and we do not need a separate time to teach EQ. It is something which is inbuilt in our curriculum. It's just the intentional teaching. What is the meaning of intentional teaching? What is the meaning of intentional teaching? Yes. We should know the learning objectives should be clear. That's it. So, thank you so much for having me today, everyone. It was lovely interacting with you again, and I hope to see you all again. And let's connect. How many of you are on LinkedIn? How many of you are on LinkedIn? So I am on LinkedIn with AAPHA, Abha, Arora. So let's connect. I write very short blogs on SEL a lot. SEL is a topic which is very close to my heart. So let's connect. I would love to hear what you are. Thank you so much.